This is the moment where the silence finally breaks and the skeletons start dancing in the market square. If you thought the drama in Abuja with the EFCC arresting former ministers was the peak of the movie, you need to grab your popcorn and sit down because a massive bombshell has just exploded in Zamfara state that is sending shockwaves all the way to the presidential villa. The headline you saw is not just a rumor from the streets, it is a direct confession from the inside. We are talking about a former senior special assistant, an insider, a man who was in the room when the decisions were made, coming out today, Friday, December 12, 2025, to blow the whistle on his former boss, the current Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle. The allegations are heavy. Buying cars for terrorists, giving cash to Bello Turji, and shielding bandits from the law. We are breaking this down for you because this story changes everything we thought we knew about the fight against insecurity in the Northwest. For years, we heard whispers. We heard Governor Dauda Lawal pointing fingers. We heard Bello Turji himself making vague claims in his viral videos. But today, we have a name and a face to the accusation. Musa Kamara, who served as an SSA to Matawalle when he was governor, has released a video that is setting the internet on fire. He didn't just say Matawalle helped them. He gave details, he gave numbers, he gave scenarios, and that is what makes this different from the usual political mudslinging. Kamara, speaking in Hausa in a video that has now gone viral, claimed that he personally handled some of these transactions. Imagine that, a government official admitting on camera that he was the middleman between the State House and the forest warlords. He alleged that Hilux vehicles, yes, the same trucks our military uses, were purchased on the instruction of the then governor and delivered to notorious bandit leaders like Bello Turji, Aide and Kachala Halilu. He didn't stop there. He claimed that huge sums of cash were funneled to these men. He specifically mentioned a transaction involving 88 million naira. He said this money was meant to buy cows as Sallah gifts for the bandits. Can you imagine? While the people of Zamfara were being kidnapped and killed, their government was allegedly buying Sallah cows for the very people terrorizing them. The details get even grimmier. Kamara narrated a specific incident where a bandit leader was injured and instead of being arrested, he was allegedly shielded. He claimed that Matawalle sent his aide to the hospital to pick up the injured warlord and hide him. If this is true, it means the government was essentially running a protection racket for terrorists. It turns the entire narrative of peace deals on its head. Was it a peace deal or was it a payoff? Was it diplomacy or was it complicity? These are the questions that Kamara's confession forces us to ask. Now, you have to understand the timing of this. We are in December 2025. The political atmosphere is already charged with the recent arrests of former Buhari ministers like Chris Njige and Hadi Sirika. The EFCC is on a rampage, and suddenly this video drops. Is it a coincidence, or is someone trying to make sure Matawalle is the next name on the EFCC's list? Matawalle is currently the Minister of State for Defense. He is the man sitting in the ministry that is supposed to be fighting Bello Turji. If the man fighting Turji is the same man who allegedly bought him cars, then are we fighting a war or are we playing a game? Matawalle has of course fired back. He has consistently denied these allegations, calling them a political witch hunt orchestrated by his successor, Governor Dauda Lawal. His camp argues that these confessions are sponsored scripts designed to tarnish his image ahead of the 2027 elections. They say Kamara is a disgruntled former aide who has been bought by the PDP government in Zamfara to destroy his former boss. And to be fair, in Nigerian politics, that is a very possible scenario. We have seen people confess to things they didn't do just for a brown envelope. But the specificity of Kamara's claims, mentioning bank transfers, mentioning specific dates, makes it harder to dismiss as just politics. Let's look at the Bello Turji angle. This bandit kingpin has become a celebrity of evil. He releases videos, he grants interviews, and he seems untouchable. If these allegations are true, it explains why he is untouchable. It explains why he has been able to operate with such impunity for so long. If you have the governor on speed dial, or if the governor's aides are bringing you cows for Sallah, why would you fear the police? It suggests a deep level of state capture where the bandits became partners in governance. The accusations also touch on the reinstatement of Dauda Lawal. Remember when Dauda Lawal was turbaned as the Sarkin Fulani of Yandoto? The entire country shouted. Matawalle suspended the emir but then reinstated him later. Kamara is now saying that this was all part of the same game, that the relationship between the government and Aleru was transactional. Governor Dauda Lawal has been shouting about this for months. He went on national TV and said, "If I were him, I would resign." He claimed that when he took over the government house, he found evidence of bandits being hosted there. At the time, people said Lawal was just bitter, but now with an insider coming out to corroborate those claims, Lawal is looking less like a bitter rival and more like a whistleblower who wasn't taken seriously. The implications for the Tinubu administration are massive. President Tinubu appointed Matawalle as Minister of State for Defense to help secure the nation. If his minister is proven to have funded the same terrorists he is supposed to crush, it is a monumental embarrassment. It compromises the entire security architecture. How can the soldiers on the front line trust their leadership if they hear stories like this? How can the intelligence agencies share sensitive information if they fear it might leak to the boys in the forest? We also have to talk about the 42 million naira Kamara mentioned. He broke it down, saying it was money meant for settlement across the 14 local governments. This paints a picture of systemic bribery. It suggests that paying off bandits was official government policy. They called it amnesty, they called it peace process, but was it really just funding terrorism with taxpayer money? And where did that money go? Did Turji use it to buy more guns? Did he use it to recruit more fighters? If so, then the bullets killing Nigerian soldiers were bought with Nigerian government money. That is a thought that should make your blood boil. The silence from the presidency on this specific new video is loud. Usually, when a minister is attacked, the attack dogs of the party come out backing. But this time, it seems cautious. Maybe they are waiting to see if the EFCC will pick it up. Maybe they are waiting to verify the video. Or maybe, just maybe, they are realizing that Matawalle has become a liability they can no longer afford to carry. I want to engage you guys on this peace deal concept. Matawalle's supporters say he was trying to save lives. They argue that by buying cars and giving money, he was buying peace and stopping the killings. They said it was a necessary evil. Do you agree with that? Is it ever okay for a government to pay terrorists to stop killing? Or does paying them just make them stronger in the long run? Look at where we are now in 2025. Turji is still there, the bandits are still there. So did the money work? And what about Musa Kamara, the whistleblower? He is taking a huge risk in a country where witnesses often disappear, coming out on video to accuse a sitting defense minister and a bandit kingpin is a dangerous game. Is he a hero for speaking out, or is he a villain for participating in it in the first place? He admitted he handled the transactions. That means he is also complicit. Should he be given immunity for exposing the truth, or should he be in the cell right next to the people he is accusing? As this story unfolds, we are going to see a fierce battle. Matawalle will fight back with everything he has. He has the resources, he has the federal might, but the video is out there. The words have been spoken, and once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you cannot put it back. The people of Zamfara who have suffered the most deserve to know the truth. They deserve to know if their suffering was prolonged by the very people elected to protect them. I need you to tell me what you think should happen next. Should the EFCC invite Matawalle immediately? Should President Tinubu suspend him pending an investigation? Or should we wait for more evidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and be honest. Are you surprised, or is this just another day in Nigerian politics for you? If you want to follow this story as it develops, if you want to know if the EFCC eventually knocks on Matawalle's door, you need to smash that like button right now. It helps us keep the pressure on. And please, subscribe to the channel. Don't just watch and leave, join the community. turn on the notification bell so you are the first to know when the next update drops. We are tracking every move, every statement, and every confession. This is the street voice, and we are not afraid to say it as it is. Matawalle allegedly bought cars for Turji. The aide has confessed. The ball is now in the court of the Nigerian justice system. Will they play or will they pause? Stay tuned.